Hi, I'm Judy Dodd, and I wrote He Said, He Said. So I, first of all, I was inspired to write this play because this festival existed. You know, this He Said, He Said is based on an incident that happened to a friend of mine. He went to an audition, very important audition, and the director said to him, I need you to come back later tonight and we can work on this. You're not ready. And this kid was a really wonderful actor, really handsome, and he was shocked that this was happening to him. And I suggested to him, thinking this was a great idea, that he should call Equity. And Equity said to him, so he did call Equity, and Equity said to him, what do you want us to do about it? And this was, to be fair, many, many years ago when we didn't really have this kind of understanding that sexual harassment was wrong. You know, I think then it was sort of like, this is part and parcel of theater and we just have to accept it. So that was my sort of jumping off point, that incident. And then I got really curious about the responses to sexual harassment. I read Tom Brokaw wrote a letter when he was accused of sexual assault. He was actually accused of sexual assault by 3 women, but he wrote a letter regarding one of the women. And it was like there were 2 different incidents, what she had said was going on and what he said was going on. So I took the incident that happened to my friend and I took these responses to sexual harassment where people had 2 completely different ideas about what was happening, and I, combined that into a play. And I didn't set out for it to be funny. I set out for it to be truthful, but I'm really happy that people did find the humor in it, but still, found the seriousness of it, that it's a real issue. So I was really pleased with it. I also want to say that I thought Celine did such a great job directing it, and Rob Skolitz, Isabel Lorraine, and Terence O'Blair did an amazing job performing it. I mean, it was a staged reading, and I thought they did such a great job. So that was very exciting.
Now, what do you think people are going to take away from watching it?
My hope is that that the humor kind of gets them into the play. And what will they take away from watching it? A couple of things. One is that that sexual harassment is someone leveraging power in a way that's inappropriate, and that it's complex, and that people get away with it partly because when you read these men, usually men, responding to sexual harassment, what they almost always say is, I never attacked anyone. And they have this idea that if there's no physical force, that coercion didn't happen. So what I want to say is that you can coerce somebody in ways that are not physical, in ways that have to do with leveraging power and leveraging job opportunities. And that's wrong. So that's what I want people to take away from it, in that sense, that it's not always a physical coercion. There's a power coercion, and also that it also matters how we respond to it, as both as victims and as witnesses.